I'm sat here on the floor. I've got my tea, my Christmas tree. So grab yourself a snack and let's get going. Hello everyone, my name is Marie. Today I wanted to take you along in my me-made capsule wardrobe. First, some thoughts on my little capsule wardrobe. I kind of had 3 criteria that had to be matched before I was going to make something. The first one was, do I need this and will I wear it? The second one is, will this fit with everything I have in my wardrobe? And the third one, is it good for layering? Is it appropriate for this time of year and for the weather we're having? In the past, I've had a lot of times where I see a fabric and I really like it and I make something out of it. And then in the end, it doesn't fit with the rest of my wardrobe and I'm sad. So now I took a step back and I have to say I'm quite happy with the results. Let me show you. An item that has been on my wish list for a very long time is a nice boiler suit, something wearable but also quite a statement piece. And finally, this autumn was that time to make this boiler suit. This is the Leah pattern by FibreMood. I made a whole video about this make, so if you're interested, I will link it down below. This is a perfect piece for layering because you can just put a turtleneck underneath or even a full-on sweater. The fabric, it's the organic cotton stretch twill in bottle green from mindtheMAKER. I bought it from Ansje, a wonderful shop in the Netherlands. It's just everything I wanted it to be for my boiler suit. So speaking of layering, I really needed just some basic t-shirts. I don't mind buying those in the shop, but I couldn't really find the perfect navy blue shirt. So that's why I kind of just decided to make it myself. It's another Rowan by Megan Nielsen. I have made this pattern 3 or 4 times by now. I'm not sure about this collar height. On its own, it looks really nice. It's very flattering, but I find it a bit more difficult layering, for example, under a sweater. I'm not sure yet. Again, I got this fabric at Ansje Handmade. It's the MeetMilk dark navy derby ribbed. It has 95% Tencel jersey and 5% Elastane. I kept the sleeves 3/4 length. I didn't even really finish it because it's not really visible. This fabric doesn't really fray. Same on the bottom. I always think I will finish it in the future. I never do. This has been washed a few times and it doesn't budge, so I think it's fine. Then a piece that I have been thinking about for a long time. It's the Acajou pants by Deer Doe. They come in 2 views. They have a cargo pant and they have I call them fancy pants. And I had a long list of requirements for these pants. Not just another denim jeans, easy to pair with other things, to be able to wear at dinner parties, at work, and when I'm just chilling at home. I wanted a color, but I wanted a neutral color, so I was kind of torn. And then I found this beautiful brownish burnt orange fabric. So these are the pants. I wore these yesterday, so they're a bit creased, but you know. They have a fly, just a normal zip with button. They have an elasticated back. I wear these with belts quite often, so then you can't even see that it's elasticated. I added a fun little print in here, and I repeated it on the inner waistband. Finished the seams with my new overlocker. I think this was the first project that I used it on, and I'm surprised how easy it is actually. For now, I don't have any pockets on the back, which even when I hold it like this, It kind of looks a bit potato sacky, so I might add some pockets to break it up a little bit because there is a lot of fabric here. In terms of alterations, I decided to make a size 40 and that worked well. I added these belt loops. I saw a few people on Instagram doing that and I think it does elevate the pant quite a lot. I decreased the front rise with 0.5 centimeter and I added 6 centimeters to the length of the pants. I'm not very tall, but this is a winter pant for me. I wanted it long enough and I'm very happy I did. What I found quite difficult with this pattern is cutting out the fabric. You have to really respect the grain line because you have this seam in the middle. Now it looks like just a straight cut, but it's not. So you really have to find your grain line, and I cut out every pattern piece individually. So no folding and cutting two at once, because if you have the grain line a bit crooked, these will not fall nicely. This one, for example, was not cut exactly on the grain line. The fabric will start warping and the pant leg doesn't fall nicely. I fixed it with these, but that meant that, no joke, cutting out the fabric took 2 hours, maybe even more. Another thing that I was lacking in my wardrobe was like a nice shirt. And I found this beautiful fabric. It's a light gray with a white check. It has a bit of a flannelly feel. It's very soft. I found this in a local fabric shop called Julia and just fell in love with it. I didn't even look at the fabric composition. I just saw it and bought it. That's always very dangerous. So I decided to take the Isra pattern. I love FibreMood in general. It has some interesting lines on it. I didn't make a twill, which I should have done. I don't like making those because I feel like it's a waste of time, but I absolutely should have. I had to make a lot of adjustments, a lot of alterations. Anyway, let me show you what it looks like. So this is the shirt. It is quite boxy. It has a nice rounded edge. The pattern suggests you finish it with bias binding and then you turn it in and sew it in. With this one, I decided to make a facing, like you see here. I also added a cuff and a placket, and I really like that I paired it with these pecan colored buttons. I don't think I would automatically think of gray and pecan to go together, but when I look at this like this, I just really like it. So this is what the shirt looks like. Things that I changed. I made the size 40. I'll put the size here because I don't remember, but I made the size according to the size chart and it fit nicely, but the back was just super tight. So I could barely move in it and I would never wear it because I need to be able to move. So I decided to make some changes to the back. So let me walk you through it. I decided to slash open the back horizontally to be able to add an extra panel of fabric because this was just one big pattern. So here's one seam and here's the other. In total, it's about 9.5 centimeters. And at the top, I attached it by making a box pleat. So it looks kind of just like a pattern with a yoke and then a pleat in the back. In the lower arms, I have a bit more room. It still fits snug because I couldn't really change anything here. I could have, but I really didn't want to because that meant that I had to do the collar again and I was just so done with it. I just didn't want to do that. But that means that in the end, this pattern is just very different from the original Isra shirt. I don't know if I will make this pattern again. Maybe if I ever want to make an actual faux leather shirt. Sure, but I think just this whole process kind of put me off of it. So anyway, that's that. This is the shirt I made. I like how it looks. I know I won't wear it very often. That's all. Okay, and then we're at my last piece of my little capsule. I have this denim skirt with buttons on the front that I've had for years and years and years, and it's starting to be a bit small. I wanted a versatile skirt pattern that could look classy but also casual. And I found the Charlotte skirt by IAMPatterns. It's originally a button-down skirt, very simple, nothing fancy, no yokes or anything, and I just really liked the hashtag on Instagram. And then after making this boiler suit in this beautiful green, I just couldn't stop thinking about a skirt in a similar color. So that's what I did. I went on the hunt for the perfect sturdy twill to make this skirt. It's the Atelier Brunette gabardine. It's really sturdy fabric. It's 100% cotton, zero stretch, and looks and feels like high quality denim. I bought it at the Julia fabric shop in Antwerp. It is a mini length, so it hits well above my knee. I made the size 44, but made quite a few adjustments. I increased the dart width by I think 1 centimeter, and then I lengthened the dart 4 centimeters, which is quite a lot. This way it sits very nicely, so the waistband is really at my waist and the darts finish nicely over my hips. Originally, I wanted my skirt to also have buttons down the front. I stepped away from this idea. That didn't mean I couldn't use the pattern that I bought, because I could just hack it. So I added an inseam zipper. Nothing fancy, it's not even an invisible zipper, but I think it's fine. And then I added a little brass colored button for a nice little detail. And I have fabric everywhere. Does anyone else find that they have just fabric pieces flying in their whole house all the time? As you can see, I also added pockets to keep that denim style a little bit more. And also I need a place to put my phone and stuff. So I added 2 simple denim-like pockets and I embellished it with my logo. I think it's very easy to dress up or down for different occasions. I think I went a bit too crazy on the darts. It fits beautifully, but let's say there's no room for a second or third piece of dessert. And I think there should always be room for a second or third piece of dessert. Maybe I will bring sweatpants to Christmas parties just to be able to have that dessert. But for now, I love it. It's just so easy to combine with all of my wardrobe. So, absolute winner! Alright, so these are the 5 new pieces in my handmade wardrobe. I'm very happy with them, and I think this whole process really taught me a lot about thoughtful sewing. Thoughtful and creative sewing. Christmas is around the corner. This year I don't really have many plans of making a lot of my gifts, just because I don't have much time, and to be honest, I haven't really been in the mood for it, so I don't want to force it. That's okay. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to, right? But anyway, I think I waffled on long enough. I will let you go. If you're curious about my future adventures, you can always subscribe if you want to. You can find me on Instagram. Here. Where I post my makes and some behind the scenes information. So head on over to my Instagram if you want to. If you like this video, you can always show me by giving me a thumbs up or a nice comment. And I think that's all. Yeah. Happy sewing, happy creating, and I will see you next time. Bye!